Things are a bit back on track at Great Wolf Lodge in Niagara Falls. As Vice President Keith Simmonds will tell you, a vaccination policy for staff has been a big part of coming back. Keith, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Great to be here. Great to see our friends at Cogeco, and thanks for having us.
You took a big leadership role in putting together this policy for your staff, and you worked together with a number of other organizations across the region.
Yeah, so when we go back to the beginning of all this, I sat in this room February 1st of last year and said to our directors, I think we're going to be closed. They all thought I was insane. I was right, but I thought it was going to be for 2 weeks. So, and it's been a little longer than 2 weeks. I think we were closed 516 days. And we have taken a very cautious approach to it. We are probably one of the more tactile environments in the hospitality or any business. So from the get-go, we've looked at sort of what's the worst case scenario, how do we protect our PAC members, how do we protect our guests, how do we protect the region?
How did you come about working with the other organizations to agree on what your policies were going to be?
So although I wanted to mandate staff and guest vaccinations probably last November, we couldn't be the first to do it, or that would be very challenging to our business, to our employees, and so forth. So once we saw the banks across Canada do it and a number of other large organizations, we figured there was enough consensus through business and through the population to do so. So we chose to talk to a couple of other folks around the area and say, hey, this is what we're going to be doing. We'd love to do it as a group to have a greater impact for everybody.
Keith, did any staff decide not to return to Great Wolf Lodge because of the vaccination policy?
Not that I'm aware of. When we mandated the vaccination policy, let's say a month or so ago, we had 138 PAC members who had not been vaccinated. And then we gave folks 2 weeks to get their first vaccination, and then 4 weeks following that for the second. After the first 2 weeks, we had 2 PAC members instead of 138 who hadn't. So, we never once forced people. It's people's choice to do what they wish to do. We just recognize that to protect ourselves and protect everyone in the building, they had to do it, and it was a positive result.
It's really important to protect your staff any day, but especially during a pandemic, and this is a huge step towards doing that.
We feel better for sure. It's another 2 weeks until another week or so for all PAC members, but we have also now been for over a week mandatory for guests.
You mentioned 516 days, I believe, with no income. That's a very long time. How has the rebound been going for the lodge so far?
Very good question. So we are capped at 50%, call it 53% occupancy right now. We could fill the hotel full if we wanted to. There's no limits on that. It's the individual business units, water park, restaurant, arcade, that have specific public health unit caps. Came back very strong at 50% occupancy. When the province mandated vaccinations for everyone, we saw 1,700 cancellations for about $7.5 million. So that was a kick about 2 weeks ago. We're climbing back out of that to get to 50%, and it's moving forward well.